then that's what it looks like. Tiny microscopic black seeds, but they kind of make they swell up when they get wet, and they make this nice pudding. And you're supposed to put, it sits overnight, and you're supposed to put like a sweetener in it, like you can put maple syrup, or I guess honey, or even just table sugar, I suppose, and then some kind of a liquid. And there's a formula. What is it?
Oh,
4
I
to
use
1?
milk. I use milk.
I didn't ask
Yeah,
you.
it's 4 to 1.
It's 4 to 1, so a lot of liquid. Because, you know, things absorb a lot of liquid when they're swelling and whatnot. So you put 4 liquids and 1 chia seed, and the liquid can be soy milk or anything, water, you know, and then you throw some sweetener in it. And it makes overnight, sits overnight. It's more like 4 hours, but having it sit overnight doesn't matter. And then, because it's in the refrigerator, it's cold, it comes out cold. And it's sort of this glutinous, but it's really sweet and tasty, and it's kind of semi-crunchy, and it's really good. It's really good.
And it's very good for you for a number of reasons. It's mucilaginous, and
Which sounds awful.
Yeah,
so then I cut up some
thing.
fruit. So this has got apples in it, apple slices, which are really sweet. And then I just made myself a bowl of granola and poured it over the granola.
Oh, okay.
So now I have like a granola parfait with the fruit and the chia pudding.
Oh, okay.
And, you know, that's how you would eat like granola with yogurt.
Right, exactly.
It's the same thing.
Right.
Granola with yogurt. This is chia pudding.
Right.
So it's non-dairy.
Non-dairy, yes.
Right? Non-dairy.
Right.
It's still really sweet, delicious.
And easy to make. It's so easy
creamy,
to make.
like yogurt.
Yeah.
And really good. And it goes really good with the fruit and the granola. So it's a great combination. So it's, you know, it's a good breakfast, and it's non-dairy. Right?
Wow, that's fabulous. Yes, that is fabulous, and so healthy for you. Let me just taste this. Okay, let's see. I'm gonna taste it. I guess we could put this. I sit over here, and we could put that over there. If you want to set that up, I'll sit next to you.
Turn the camera around.
Okay. There we are. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Yeah, so you can put it there. What about there, right under the other camera? See, you put it right under the other camera.
No, that's convenient.
All right, we get 2 cameras.
Whatever.
Anyway, basically, the mucilaginous is very good because it cleans your intestinal tract. That's what it does, and that's very good for you. It scours the intestinal tract, and that's how it works.
This is chia seed.
Yeah.
They're little tiny little seeds. Kind of like poppy seeds, I guess. Well, like they're really tiny.
Very much. Oh,
they look like poppy seeds. You could mistake them for poppy seeds.
That is really yummy, huh?
There's a bowl for you.
Okay.
A spoon.
Okay.
And there's fruits, and you can do whatever you want.
Okay, good. All right, fine. So he cut up our fruits, which I like him to cut a little smaller, but I am thrilled that he cut them up. So thank you.
I cut them that size for
peanut butter.
Use with the peanut butter.
He loves peanut butter and apples. It is our favorite. But so last night our meal was black-eyed peas that I soaked, long grain brown rice I soaked and cooked, and then I took from the farmer's market all the what's that type of pepper? Anaheim, and it was so good just eating, and then garlic, squeezing garlic, fresh garlic, and that was really it.
But that's not how you serve the peas. Right. Black-eyed peas. You said,
peas.
You said you soaked them. That's not how you served them.
I cooked them.
You cooked them.
I cooked them.
I don't know why you even said you soaked them.
Well, I soaked them and then cooked them.
That's not how you served them.
No, in the instant pot.
Pressure cooker.
Right. Yeah. Anyway, it was so good.
Matter.
So just to have those peppers with a little spice and steaming them, and then it became, I think it's very similar to the it doesn't exactly agree, but close, our fabulous Mexican meal that we love, which is, I just loved it. What is it called, the one that you love?
Chili relleno.
Chili relleno. And I just love it. And yes, it doesn't have the egg and the deep fry, but that's good. So, you know, we just have the beautiful pepper.
Chili rellenos are
I know.
cheese-filled peppers.
Right. Yeah.
Dipped in egg batter,
Right.
and fried.
It doesn't matter, but all those things, I just love the pepper. And the pepper is the important part, is the vegetable, because you don't get that many vegetables.
So it's a chili
in,
relleno without the relleno.
Right, right. Oh,
What-
the relleno.
I don't know.
Whatever that is.
It's just a chili.
But what I love about the chili relleno in the past, when we've gone to Mexican restaurants, a thing of the past, because we don't go to anywhere. We don't go to any restaurants. And basically, anyway, so that was it. Is that it's the vegetable, because you don't get many vegetables from Mexican food, and so at least you had that in the chili relleno. But now we just taking the beautiful pepper, steaming it, and eating it with the rice and beans. It was so good. So that was dinner. That's when Kat said he loved. There was nothing he missed of the meat world. Essentially, is what he said. He had all the enjoyments of taste. Which, don't forget, when you get coronavirus, you lose your taste. Oh, so sad. This is what we're dealing with. Taste and smell. You lose those. You might lose those for life. They don't know. They don't know.
Too soon to
know. So he was enjoying, and that's what we do have to start appreciating, is what we have, not what we don't have. And even that is the message for coronavirus. Appreciate what you have, not what you don't have. And you have a home, you have a roof, when we say stay home, that is our blessing, is our home, that we have a home. And we don't use our car. That is a blessing. And we don't use a plane. That's a blessing. We don't use a train or a bus. Oh, you even brought me a spoon. See, there's so many blessings. All right, good. I think it should be over here. Next time I'll have to set something up, because then it would be the same camera. We'd be right. Or do you like it this way? Because I can get different views. But anyway. So good. Oh, it's really good. Yeah, it's very much like a yogurt, but it's so easy to make. You just soak it in milk, and I used a store-bought almond milk, but normally I make my own almond milk, and it's even better. No waste. And I've been buying food bulk and sharing it with my neighbors. And you could share, Barbara. You could be part of our co-op. Well, you have to come on your bicycle or walk. Well, you could. She lives over, she's not that far. She lives over by, off of the Alameda. Right off the Alameda, on like Bush, one of those streets, like right there. She lives on that side. So what it is in our co-op is I'm buying bulk from a producer, and it's it's really, he was the original co-op.
Bulk
really.
What?
Sorry, right, thank you. Complete the sentence. Bulk grains, bulk legumes, bulk nuts, bulk seeds, bulk spices,
Dried fruit.
bulk dried fruit. And the bigger we buy, the cheaper it is. So I've been trying to buy 50 pounds. So I'll buy 50 pounds of, like right now, my girlfriend says she wants cannelloni beans, which
Not
is a real.
cannelloni.
It's called, no, it's not cannelloni. It's called cannelloni.
Cannelli?
Cannelli, is that the name of the bean? So it's cannelloni.
Uh-uh. That's a pasta.
Oh, okay. Cannelli.
Actually, I may have that wrong. Too.
Maybe you're right. Remember one of those. It's a very creamy bean, which is nice. And she also likes small limas. I think I'm going to buy the small limas. I love the small limas. Lima beans.
Did we buy lima beans last
Yeah,
time?
we did. Only like in a
We haven't eaten them though.
No, I have them up here.
Yeah, I
In
like lima
plastic
beans.
bag. There they are, right there.
I see them. Yeah.
But you see, I don't like buying them in the plastic. See, he takes his large bags that he gets from his big producers, 50-pound bags,
Okay.
right? That he gets off a train or something, right? That comes. I don't know if it comes off a train, but I think they do. I mean, these are down in San Diego. These are real big, what would it be called? What's that called? Even on the stock market, it's called the commodities. We're really getting grains that come and maybe even in trains from Nebraska, right? And it's coming in, and then they might even put it in the warehouses in San Diego where some comes in a port, right? It could come on a boat or something. We don't even know.
He may be storing stuff in bins.
Yeah.
Very big, huge bins where he opens up a door and it pours out.
Or he might get it from those type of people. He's getting it from the people that are the real producers that are getting the grains, putting it in paper bags, luckily, a paper bag of 50 pounds. And then he gets those, I don't know, right? He might have it in more larger, but I don't know. But let's say he gets his 50. Well, I bet he's giving us a discount on the 50-pound bags because that's what he gets. And then he'll give it to you just straight out.
Right.
But he will also give you 2-pound bags, but he puts it in plastic. And I don't want that. I don't want him to be putting it in plastic and charging us more. But I mean, I understand he charges us more because it's act work, but I don't want the. And so then you would come, Barbara, you would go to a company called Uline. They provide a lot of storage bins, and you get your storage bin, and then you could get 25 pounds fits in a 5-gallon.
Okay, you left something out very important.
Okay, good. They're
yeah. Grade. That's important.
Plastic. Yeah.
Food grade plastic pails with screw lids.
Threaded, sealed.
And they have a rubber seal.
Right.
So it's like a gigantic mason jar.
Right.
And then when you get things in a paper bag or a plastic bag or whatever, and you have to open it, you don't just store it there because that bugs can get into it and mice and whatever else. You pour it all into one of these big 5-gallon pails and you screw the lid on it. So our basement, we have like 20 of these things. And one will contain long grain white rice, and one will contain pinto beans, and one will contain black-eyed peas. And I have another one for granola, which we also buy in bulk. It's really good. It's really good cinnamon.
We should make it ourselves.
Doesn't matter. They do a good job. I'll pay them for it.
No.
And although I noticed the ingredients that go into their granola are the same ingredients we do buy.
Yeah, no, we need to make it ourselves.
Whole walnuts, cashews.
We need to make it. It's very cheap to make. It's
raisins.
very easy to make granola.
We bought all those things. We actually have all those things right here on our property.
And you know what? That's very expensive. $125 was with that 25-pound bag.
Yeah, but it's a lot of oats, a lot of nuts, a lot of cinnamon. It's a lot of everything. Plus, it's been baked. Yeah. Baking is hard for us because we don't have an oven.
But I've made granola before. It really, you like my granola.
Baking is hard for us because we don't have an oven.
We have a small oven.
We have a tiny oven. Okay, so this is not easy for us to do.
Not as easy as it was in the past. Yeah.
Right. So it's easy for me to just buy it from them and have it. And having it is actually more important to me than trying to optimize everything.
All right. But I can make a nice fresh tray. I could do some. I'm going to do some. I have 2 trays now in my oven. I can do it.
The reason why we don't have an oven is because we have sitting here right in front of us right now an old antique 1951 Wedgwood white enamel stove, the old school 1950s Wedgwood. And it looks okay. It's old. It's got, some of the enamel has been chipped off and whatnot, but it's cute. It's cute. It works relatively well, but it's natural gas. So we went all electric last summer because we have solar. So turned off the gas to the house. And the only thing that was using gas was the Wedgwood stove, top, and oven. So now we don't have an oven.
Right.
It's sitting right there. But I turned the gas off. I could always turn the gas back on.
Oh, and we don't have also air. What's it called? Room heat. We don't have any heat. As you see, we dress warm.
That's true. That's the other thing. We had a nice antique style. It was new, but it looked antique. Space heater that ran on the natural gas. It looked like it was coal. In fact, inside it looked like it had coals inside. It was really beautiful. And it put out a lot of heat. It was great. but we disconnected that.
We don't have gas. No natural gas.
No, that I took the smokestack off, and it doesn't even have a smokestack on it.
Oh, you did take that off?
Yeah, I can't hook that back up.
I was wondering about
It's
that.
done.
But we
Because
dress warm. We dress
Because I was
warm.
working on the roof, right? So I took all that off.
I don't feel uncomfortable. And then we
I wasn't saying
exercise. We
anything.
get warm.
I wasn't saying anything.
Right.
So,
I didn't realize that. And we can't
Right.
use it.
so it's gone. I mean, it's sitting there, but it's not connected and won't work. So we don't have heat, but it's fine. We don't need it.
Yeah.
And shortly, we're going to be demolishing this part of this house anyway. I got plans. I got big ideas. I should be working on my plans.
All right. Okay. So we're going to do our exercise. Are we done?
Yes. I want my peanut butter.
Okay. Okay. Good. We get more time with Cat because he's going to eat more stuff. We get peanut. Oh, actually, he likes these. Oh, and you cut up some pears too. Oh, and don't forget, Barbara, go to that farmer's market. It's so good. And I buy. Oh, I mean, we haven't gone in like 3 weeks to the farmer's market because I buy so much, and it. Well, I guess I have 2 refrigerators. That is one of the extra things that I've allowed myself to have. Well, we're on solar, so I don't feel too bad. Right now, we're not, but because of we had to go back onto our PG&E as our backup.
It's been so rainy and cloudy that we couldn't generate enough solar power to run the house. Okay, we're off-grid solar, so we store sunlight during the day and we use it at night on the batteries. So we couldn't do that. Ideally,
We could be back on it, but
ideally what you do is you have the PG&E, in this case, PG&E Electric. You have that as a backup so that when the batteries get too low, the inverters, which are providing the electricity for the lights and whatnot, the inverters would just automatically just turn over and use PG&E as a source instead of the batteries. And they're just passing through at that point. They
she might not be listening anymore, huh?
just pass it through. I don't know.
Mhm.
Doesn't matter. So I don't have that hooked up. It's not really convenient, given my current setup, to have a backup for PG&E with my solar. But when I move the solar into the new construction, I will rewire everything. And then in the future, when the batteries run down in the winter because there's not enough sunlight, I'll just switch over to PG&E. So it's called having a backup. So like 10, maybe even 11 months out of the year, it's a non-issue. When it's really cloudy and in the winter, the sun is already low on the horizon and the days are shorter as a consequence. So you already got that winter. And then when it's cloudy on top of that, you don't generate enough electricity to charge up your batteries.
Well, I hope PG&E and the city allow that as a option. Is that true? Do we know that that's allowed?
I'm a PG&E customer, so I don't know why I wouldn't be.
Okay, good. And if it's not allowed, we're gonna make it so because it's terrible. They should allow it.
Well, in the end, I do whatever I want.
I'm so glad you love that.
In the end,
What?
they could pull their electric meter out and that'd be fine.
Right. If we didn't have it as a backup, we'd manage.
Yeah,
We'd be
we'd
fine.
manage.
We'd be fine.
Don't need that.
Right. What was that? We don't
I
need
don't
that.
need them as a
We
backup.
don't need that. We do not need them. I
don't
mean,
need them
we
as
just
backup.
like them to be there. It's
It's
convenient.
convenient. I will take advantage of it.
But
It's there.
you see that we would have been okay. You know, we could be okay right now. We could go back to it pretty soon. Hopefully by the end of the day, you'll feel confident to go back.
Maybe we'll see.
Yeah. Just was going to put this here and see if it's there, then what's it? Okay, then we yeah, that's nice because then you look up and you can look up to that audience and this audience. That's good.
The peanut butter doesn't really work with the pears.
You don't think so? Oh God, peanut butter works. Well, you don't like it as much, huh?
No,
Not sweet enough?
I don't know what it is. It's just the taste is different.
Fine, be that way.
Cut another
So sensitive. Oh, but it's still here. Good. Oh, I love those pears though. They're so juicy. So go to the farmer's market. It's unbelievable good food. Plus you're outside. Second, when you go, what was that? For in regards to coronavirus? Yeah. What was that?
Less coronavirus.
Less coronavirus. Okay, less. That's all we can say is less. It's not 100%. And you got to keep working on it. You know, stay away from people and wash your hands and wear your mask. But I was thinking, and the one thing that I do so whenever we can reduce our time in public exposure to others is better. And so I order my food in advance from them. Like I'll order $150 worth of fruit. And that might be like 10 pounds of apples, 10 pounds of pears, 10 pounds of, persimmons, grapes, whatever it is. And and then he'll have it all picked for me. Isn't that nice? That is so nice.
Oh, it is nice.
And he has it all picked, ready to go. It's all paid for. I do it on the computer. I pay for it virtual, through his Venmo, whatever system he has. He sends me a link. I put in my credit card, and it's paid for. And then Kat, when we come on our bicycle with our trailers, it's all packed up in a basket. There is no waste. I always tell them don't use plastic to weigh things. I ask them to tear the items in a box. Hopefully they do that, but they've been pretty good. And so that there's no waste. And then we take away, if we take their boxes, oftentimes we just bring our own containers and we transfer it to those containers. Or else if we take a container, we return them. And then zero waste. Are you okay?
Trying to be.
Well, I guess I never made want some water?
Something went down the wrong pipe.
Here you go. Sorry.
I don't even want to know what's in the jar.
Anything that was in it, it might have been something. Anyway, it was a quick response. Go vegan. That was nice to hear from Kat, especially from a cat who was raised on meat and potatoes. His mother from Texas. She said he doesn't miss anything being vegan.
Except this apple's trying to kill me.
You okay?
Hope so.
They say rubbing your back or hitting your back helps, does it?
Oh, feels good.
All right, feels good. All right, good. So, right, we're thankful for what you have. I am thankful for these fabulous, my husband bought a lot of headbands. I'm very thankful for headbands. I have had no problem taking care of my hair with lots of headbands.
Okay.
All right, but I have to work on my letters to Google, my letter to the city. That's very important today. But first, we do our exercise. We've been religious about that. good? Are you okay?
Yep.
How much granola did you put in? Much less than you normally do, huh?
Yeah.
Just like a handful?
Yeah.
That's good.
Just to kind of make the pudding crunchy.
Was it good? Did you enjoy that?
It was good.
Oh, really good. Parfait. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
These Asian pears are so good. All right.
They used to be a luxury item. The Asian pears.
Oh yeah, I know. Well, I don't know how much I paid for these. I always ask them, how much am I paying for it? And she's never really, I think they're $2 a pound, which is not too bad. And I think that's about all her fruits are that way.
Asian pears used to be like $5 a piece.
Right. That's true.
I think it just, goes to show that eventually things become commonplace and then they're cheaper.
Right. Yeah. Well, everything that you see here will go away. This cat is demolishing everything you're looking at.
Yeah, everything behind us.
Well, everything that is in this photo.
Everything in this photo, yeah, except us.
Good. The most important thing. We're saving the good things and getting rid of anything that, and we're saving ourselves. But Kat, I guess I was just thinking, like, if you put those extra posts in the back where that wall of that my mother's room that we made back there, right?
Yeah.
We could theoretically make it into a room if we ever decided to, with those posts type of thing, right? If we decide to make it into a wall at some point, right?
Yeah.
Nothing to stop you.
All right. We're gonna go outside and exercise.
Got a little bit of rice. I wouldn't mind heating up this gumbo
All right, good.
and putting that over rice.
Okay, good. Well, everything that we had today, last night, we could add that to it.
Yeah,
You know?
the beans and the rice.
Because, or the other thing is, okay, we love you.
So I'm gonna leave this out.
Bye. That I could fry up. Oh, you want to turn that off? Okay, good.